Good morning, Facebook. We've been seeing so many whales this morning. Kelly and I just took a walk along the beach. We just did our walk and our intention setting and sharing our updates in all fun areas. And we saw so many whales. So she's gone up to the cafe now and I'm going to do a live stream. And I'm going to turn the camera around and say hi. Hey, good morning. What's up, Facebook? Say hi and tell me what you think of my new hair. I'm so not sure about the hair right now. I'm so not sure. I did not choose this hair myself. Hey, Karen. Hey, Christine. Thank you. I didn't choose the hair, you guys. My stylist chose it. So I've hired a stylist to completely make over my brand. She's creating a killer cat look. She's getting amazing clothes for me. I gave her an unlimited budget. She's taught me my makeup, the bronzer thing, right? Which obviously has become a huge joke, but she legitimately was already teaching me how to do my makeup. Even like everything you can imagine. So she is just incredible. And I've given her free reign. So she wanted to change my hair and I thought about it and I was like, all right, let's fucking do it. I hired you for a reason. You're creating a look for me, but I must admit that I'm very nervous about it. You should see the clothes that she's sourcing for me from all over the world. They're like, oh my God, I've only even seen a few. It's going to be unbelievable. And she specifically styles really basically badass online celebrities and that sort of thing, and also performers. And she's just incredible. So I can't wait to share it. But the hair part of it, I was really nervous about. I really felt like the red is a big part of my look, and she kind of kicked my ass around that, which I think I needed to hear around the red is not what makes you unique, Kat. You are unique for you. Because I was honestly like, even before the haircut, I messaged her and I'm like, I'm freaking out about this. I feel like I'm going to look really boring. And she sent me a text which was largely in capitals, so in my style, about you're not boring. You know, you don't need the red hair to be unique and to stand out. We want to essentially highlight your true beauty and let you stand out for being you, not just for the hair. I definitely think the hair is way more classy. I still feel a little bit like, well, is it interesting enough? I'm definitely self-conscious about it, but it's super like classy and it's got this really blunt cut, and I definitely needed the cut because of how ragged my hair was. I like it says, kind of thank you. So good. Thanks, guys. More energy. I think it makes me look a bit younger, maybe. That's never a bad thing, is it? All right. So anyway, I didn't technically... Hey, Charlene. Hey, Matisse. Hey, Lisa. Good morning. I did not technically come on to talk about my hair. Right. I know, Charlene. Totally. And that's why I let her go with it. Well, the blonde was okay, but it's a bit trashy. I don't know. Like, the blonde's fine. The problem with the blonde and even with the red is it's super high maintenance. Like, I pulled up a couple of my photos of the red hair when it looked amazing, and the reality is that to get it looking like that, it had to be like fresh out of the salon and uber styled, because it faded super quickly all the time, and then I did feel like it looked a bit skunky and trashy. But anyway, this is the cutting edge stuff, and you do have to get out of your comfort zone to up level. Sophisticated is good. Thank you, Jessica. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. What I want to make sure I look hot and sexy. I know it's very immature of me, but I'm all down for looking classy and sophisticated, but I just want to make sure that I look hot as fuck as well. And I know that I'm basically fishing for compliments, so we can all just roll our eyes at me and move on, because I do have some profound shit to say as well, not just around my hair. And it's around selling. Yeah, by the time I get used to it. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Kristen. All right, I have some really profound shit to say around selling, actually. And I want to share with you a little brainstorming or journaling exercise that I did this morning, which was really helpful to me. So yesterday I was having a conversation with one of my very best friends in the world, and we were not talking about sales actually, but it kind of leads into this conversation. And it was around knowing what to do, you know, in certain situations in business and life, and when you feel unsure of your decision-making process. And really the conclusion we came to in our conversation, essentially coaching each other, was, well, the answer is always alignment, right? Like, really, we can talk about this all day long, and we can weigh up all of the pros and cons about what to do in this situation, in that situation, in business, etc., how to take action, how to know what the right action to take is. But in the end, the answer is always yes, but what feels aligned. It's never the logical answer. It's never the one that makes sense. It's never the one that you can argue a good case for. It's always what is it that feels aligned. And that's just the simple way to find your solutions to all your problems, basically. basically. And it's also honestly the simple way to create massive results. Anytime I really want to step into a higher level of cash flow, but also purpose, or let's say calling in my ideal fucking clients, and sometimes I get into that mindset of going, well, what should I do to get this result? What are the actions I should take? And I start thinking about it, and it feels like a bit of a drainer, and so on and so forth. And then I remind myself, hang on, the answer is always just call it in. It's always alignment and call it in, right? So that's what I'll do. Okay, hang on 1 second. 1 second, I've got to fix something up. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Okay, the answer is always alignment, and it's always, well, what is my heart telling me to do, or what is my soul nudging to do, basically, and look within, and then you're going to find the answers. All right. Yes, you can still join the Daily Hustle, even with no followers. Definitely, Carla. Okay, so then with selling, it's always the same thing. And this morning I sat down and I wrote out my money intentions and affirmations. And then I wanted to come up with I wanted to do a brainstorming exercise around sales, because every day I try and write down, I'm going to walk a little bit. Every day I try and write down 10 ideas. I was just making sure to leave my car keys on the beach. Every day I try and write down 10 ideas, just ideas relevant to anything, right? Just to exercise the ideas muscle and be in a creativity zone. And that's a really important thing to do. So today I thought I'll write down 10 ideas for things I could sell. Not that I don't already have enough shit to sell as it is, but I like to constantly challenge myself and think about stuff like this. And I started writing out a few things that I already knew that I'm focused on, like my daily hustle. I'm calling in a couple more one-on-one clients to work with me 6 weeks in Change Your Life in 6 weeks, which is my private mentoring, my 6-week startup private mentoring. You get unlimited access to me, and we work on your top 3 biggest goals for your business or your life with one key specific massive outcome. So message me about that if you would like to work with me one-on-one and have complete 24/7 access to me. So I wrote that stuff down because I already know that's what I'm focused on. And then I started writing down this idea for a sales idea. And it was an idea of something that I could definitely sell for 50 grand or maybe even 100 grand. And I know that it would sell because I know that people would definitely want this. But as I started to write it down, I thought, but imagine having to do that, right? I was imagining having to deliver the offer if I then sold it. And I could do it for sure, no problem. But I wouldn't enjoy it particularly. I would basically be sucking it up and doing it for the money. So I quickly crossed it out because I've really learned that lesson the hard way over the years. So I got rid of that idea straight away. And then I was supposed to jump on a Skype interview to be interviewed, and the guy was running a few minutes late, so I was just sitting there and I was kind of like, I hope he's not too late because I have a busy day ahead. But as I sat there with that extra 2 or 3 minutes and I just kind of tuned into myself for a moment, I asked myself, well, what do I really want to be selling? What feels aligned? What feels from the heart? What would be completely flow-based? Then all of a sudden some stuff started coming to me that was like nothing I could have ever come up with if I just sat there asking myself, what should I sell that will make money? Or what do I think I need to sell? Or what additional sales activities should I do, right? I would have never come up with this stuff. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'm going to let the idea germinate a little bit more. But it's nothing I've ever even seen done before, actually. Maybe I should tell you what it is. Well, it's not fully mapped out, but I could give you an overview and see what you think. I've never seen it done before. I've definitely never done it before, but it's actually something that makes me, I would say, really it's where 99% of my income comes from. And I'm like, how have I never thought to talk about this before? How come it's never occurred to me to do a product or a process around this particular concept? And whatever, right? The idea comes to you when the idea comes to you. But that particular idea, and there was actually 2 or 3 parts to the idea where it could be 2 or 3 different offers, or I could combine them into one. That particular idea didn't come to me when I was sitting there asking myself, what should I do this week for cash flow? Or what should I do, to increase my hustle this week? Because I'm always looking for ways to increase my hustle. It came to me when I asked myself, what is my heart telling me? And what's going on in here? And what am I feeling from inside? Essentially, what is the download? And one of the things that I actually wrote in my journaling just before I did the 10 ideas list, I'd written in my journaling, today I will have the download of my next amazing offer. So I don't try and force myself to come up with a good idea is what I'm saying. I really want to tell you what the idea is now that I've said it. I wasn't going to. I was going to work it out over the course of the next few days and let it come to life later this week. But now I feel very compelled to share it and just get your feedback. Anyway, it didn't come to me because I was asking myself, what should I sell? It came to me because I was tuning in and asking a different question around sales, which is, what am I called to sell? And I can honestly tell you that when I look back over the course of my online journey or my business journey in general, on or offline, and I asked myself, what are the ideas that had the biggest impact, that also were the most successful financially, but they were just like beautiful and flow-based and easy to release? Every last one of those things was something that just kind of came to me in a moment, right? It bubbled up from within. We've all had those moments, but I guess my question is, or the reason I'm doing this live stream and I want to remind you is, are you making space for those moments? Because I think we all have those intuitive downloads, just happen sometimes, and it's usually when you're in alignment. And it could even be as simple as you took the fucking time to go for a walk on the beach instead of sit down on your computer because you've got a busy day, and going for that walk put you into alignment, right? And now you're doing an aligned live stream. Like, that's me right now. But also this morning I got up at 5 or 4:30. I was at the cafe by 5. I had an interview at 6. And so in that time between 5 and 6, I kind of felt the pressure to get my blog done for the day and get some tasks done for the day. And instead I was like, no, I would do my own mindset work. Don't go against what I preach, because every time I go against what I preach, I feel like shit for the rest of the day. So I reminded myself to do my mindset work and use that out for that, which means my blog still has not been written, right? Because then I did the interview, then I went to the gym, then I came and went for a walk on the beach with Kelly. Now I'm here doing a live stream. So because I did the mindset work and took the time, and then because the guy was like 2 minutes late on the Skype call, I ended up having this amazing download. And all of that happened because I put myself into a place of alignment. So that can happen sometimes almost by coincidence, where you get the download and it might be something you're going to sell, or just how to communicate so that people really hear your truth. Or it could be even something to do with decisions in your relationships, in your lifestyle, in your fitness, whatever it might be, right? But we all know that there's a kind of magic that comes from in here. The thing I'm trying to get across is that you can actually activate that magic. You don't have to wait until you, luckily enough, have like the download of something amazing that's going to change your life, or some revelation of how you need to look at things, or of what you need to sell in your business. You can tap into that shit. And so much of the stuff that I talk about every single day is around tapping into the magic within. All right, so I'm going to tell you obviously what it is. And I so swear to God this is not deliberate, right? Like, I really promise you this is not deliberate, but I've pretty much just been telling you what it is. And that's the whole point. The whole point is that as I was writing the ideas, I was like, I'd written, I think the last thing I wrote in my journaling intentions today was, today I will have the download of something amazing to release into my community. Then I started to write my list of 10 things to sell, and it was like, blah, blah, blah. The first 4 things I already know I'm selling. Then the 5th one was the 50K idea, which I decided was stupid and got rid of. And then a few more things to do with growing my existing membership programs. And then the last thing, because the guy was late, was exactly what I've been talking about right now. But I didn't do this on purpose. I know it sounds like I did, to tease you, but I didn't. Which was, I want to create something teaching you how to sell from intuition and how to tap into what's in here. Because actually, even though I have a lot of great sales processes and tips that I share, and which I would share in such a program anyway, because it's always good to know the practical stuff, the truth is that all of my really successful stuff comes from in here. And I want you to know that you don't have to wait to get those downloads. You can actually request them and ask for them like I did this morning. But there's, a process that you can go through each day of just essentially getting yourself into alignment, which is pretty fucking critical for everything, by the way, not just for coming up for ideas to sell. And I think it would be so cool to do a course together on this, whether it's like a 30-day intensive with daily work. I'm sort of loosely thinking something like that. Like, I'm actually thinking like a format of having some sort of daily work, because that's pretty much what you need. You can't just kind of learn the theory for a few weeks and then hope that you apply it. It would be much more effective to do this daily and learn how to create your own way of tapping into that inner magic every single day, so that anytime you need to access ideas for ways to make money, or for anything really, that you know exactly how to do that. And I can't believe I've never thought of doing that before, because it's like, it's so automatic for me to do that. Anytime I have a problem, anytime I don't know how to take action on any area of my life, like I'll be silly about it at first, a lot of the time, like a lot of people, and I'll basically look for solutions and practical ways to go about it. And then I'll remember, and then I'll be like, oh, I'm just going to call it in. I'll just get myself into alignment and I'll activate what's inside of me, and then I'll know the answer and everything will work out perfectly and be amazing. And then it always does. And I think that I take that for granted. It's very ingrained in me to know how to tap into this stuff and to do my mindset work in the way that I do it and to get the results accordingly. So it's literally never occurred to me before that this is something that should be talked about. And I'd love to know what you think. And the funny thing is, I knew I was going to do another course soon around selling and around writing to sell, because I've been feeling that for a while, to do something around writing and selling and even like my sales page stuff. But I was always like, I'm kind of bored even at the idea of talking about how I write my sales pages, because I guess I do have a formula and a process that I can talk you through. That's true. But then I also feel like, well, that's stupid, because when I write a sales page or when I write a sales email, I don't sit there and ask myself, you know, which section should I write next? I literally tune in, like tuning something. And then I listen within. I do my mindset work. I go through particular questions, journaling processes and other things that I do. And then I release it and it comes out and it speaks to the heart of people. And if I try and do it by following a process, which I've certainly done in the past, as we all have, it's pretty 2D, right? Like it might have some sort of impact for sure, because I can copyright, but it's not going to be the same as tuning in. So it occurred to me that it would be very limiting of me to try, and I think this is probably why I've not done the writing and selling course yet, because I knew that something was missing from it. So the download of all of this is I'm going to do the course around how to write to sell, writing and selling. I've done a course before, Write, Speak, Sell, but this is an evolution of that, I guess, and it's actually a different focus point anyway. But just for those who are aware of that course, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something different and new. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to make it centered around tapping into your intuition and knowing what to sell from the gut, and also knowing how to sell it. So what I was thinking is I will go through my practical stuff, like this is actually the practical process that I use, because I know that that's nice to know, but really the focus would be on activating that inner magic from within. So yeah, barely read your sales pages. So let me know what you think. I think it's a really powerful idea. I think it's kind of like that concept of give a man a fish versus teach a man a fish, right? Like I think if you go and learn sales formulas and processes, that it's helpful and it's better than nothing. But I think that ultimately what you really want and what we all really want and need is to know how to access our own power within, and to realize that we have so much power within, right? Like you, me, everybody here, we can literally access millions and millions of dollars. You already know that. Whether or not you're accessing it yet, don't tell me that you don't know that. You know that you have that power inside of you. You know that the answers to everything are inside of you. You know that there is a way to flick a switch and just tune in and know exactly what to do. And if you think of situations in your life where something has come together kind of like magic or from flow, it's always been when you are accessing that stuff. So why can we not just take the time to essentially condition our minds and our hearts and souls to be accessing that stuff all the time and not be trying to operate on a human fucking plane when we're so much more than just flesh and blood? We've got all of this power. We've got obviously physical ability and mental ability, stuff you learned or stuff you're just inherently good at. But what about tapping into your emotional powers? What about tapping into your spiritual powers? It's just ridiculous to only use the physical and the mental, but that's what we're all conditioned to do, right? We're all conditioned to get results through the practical stuff, the physical results, and the mental stuff, essentially the learning and education. But really, I feel that the emotional stuff and the spiritual stuff, if I had to, I guess they're probably all equally important, to be honest, but I feel like the emotional and the spiritual is more important. And I probably feel that way because it's more neglected, even for myself. And I'm pretty tapped in more so than most people. But even for myself, I know I probably operate too much in the physical and too much in the mental and trying to like know the answers or force the answers as opposed to just tuning into the answers, right? So look, I think here's what I think, right, for right now, because I don't have anything to tell you relevant to that right now, but I'm going to let it bubble up more and I'll put the offer together either today or tomorrow in the next few days, and that'll be the next thing that we're doing in this community. But for now, I think it would be cool for you to do some journaling around what alignment would feel like in your sales process, right? Because it's just such a rudimentary question that we all need to be asking ourselves every day. So when you come into business and you sit down at your laptop and you want to sign another client up today, or you want to get more sales into your program, or you want to put together the stuff for your launch process or your sales process or whatever, please don't sit there and look at what is the fucking formula or process, or what is everybody doing right now, what's the freaking fashion in sales right now. Sales is communication. Sales comes from here to you, to there, here to here. That's been that way since time began. There is nothing that anybody can teach you online from a marketing standpoint. That's the version that people who don't know how to listen in here need, right? That's like the fucking kindergartner join the dots thing. You're an adult. You're an evolved adult. You don't need to join the dots in order to sell. You need to actually access what's in here, because if you use that, sure, you can make some money, of course, right? Because just like you can join the dots and make a pretty picture, but it's going to be like 10%, not even 10% of what you can create if you just tap in from here. And more importantly, even than the monetary results, which is certainly true, what about the emotional side of it for you? What about you getting to be in flow? What about you getting to be in alignment? What about you getting to live your purpose and really feel that you're stepping into your power and that you're in that magical state where you just know that you can choose to create your reality, right? This is powerful stuff. This is about so much more than just, hey, let me tell you some, inner secrets about how I make my money. I mean, I can do that, but the truth is that I live my whole life like this, right? I try to. I fuck up sometimes, obviously, like everybody. But I try to live my whole life like this. I try to live my whole life by asking questions in here, not by looking at, well, what did such and such person do to get that body, to make that money, to find the perfect relationship, or whatever else, right? I need to go from what's in here. In the end, we all need to go from what's in here. In the end, you're never going to be satisfied by trying to apply anybody else's process or formula, even mine, right? Even though you might be very aligned with my stuff if you follow me, and maybe it's better to follow my processes than somebody else's who you're not aligned with, but you still need to grow up at some point and access what's in here. So I think when I think about how I can empower you and share, I guess, my words of wisdom with you and the things that I've learned and the things that help me to create massive results, yes, I am always happy to tell you my practical stuff. This is what I do on the practical side, or the learning side, the physical and the emotional. But really, I would love to show you how to access your own power on the emotional and the spiritual side of things, because then you have the world at your disposal, right? You can literally wake up in the morning, decide that you want to make more money, or that you want to call in an ideal client, or that you want to get like abs in a day. Honestly, I did that yesterday. I was like super freaking big and bloated yesterday. I'm not even kidding. Really, anything that I decide, I can do it in a day or 2 days, and I demonstrate that over and over and over again. And then sometimes I sabotage it and screw it up, hence needing to get the freaking abs in a day yesterday, right? But seriously, this applies to everything. I just don't see the world in a way of, well, I want to achieve this result. It's going to take this much time. I have to follow all these processes that don't feel amazing for me, but it'll be worth it, so I'll do it. No. Yes, it's hard work doing the hustle every day, but it's such rewarding hard work, and it has to be flow-based work as well, right? And any result that you want, you can create literally like that if you believe it and if you create it from in here, not from out of there. So you can do some journaling on this already, I think. I think there's a lot that can come up from this conversation before I go about worrying about releasing a course on it. I think you can journal on it right away. I think you can look at what your task list is for today, or even what your goals are in other areas of your life right now. And you can ask yourself, yes, but what would I be doing if I were listening within? Yes, but what would I be eating today if I were listening from here? How would I be moving my body today if I were listening from here? What would I no longer be accepting, or what would I call in instead? How would I call in a client if I was doing it from in here? How would I sell something? How would I come up with a new idea? How would I know how to deal with whatever difficult decision, etc., right? Really, you have everything you need already. You just need to ask, and you need to choose to believe, and you need to affirm that and follow it the fuck through every day, not as a one-time random thing because you happen to listen to a live stream and got the reminder about it now, and obviously you know that it's true, you feel that it's true, so you go, yeah, I need to do that. But are you doing it daily? Are you calling in alignment every single day? Is this a foundation to how you're running your business? Because it really does need to be. And so that is the big thing that we'll be focusing on with the course, is obviously me sharing the particular processes that I use to call in alignment, but really getting you into the habit of it as well. And I think that's why I've never spoken about it exactly like this before, or it's never occurred to me to sell something on it, because it's so habitual for me that it's almost like if I would say to myself, maybe I should do a course on how to breathe properly, right? But maybe I should, because that's a whole nother course as well, and that impacts manifestation, not to mention posture and digestion and abs. So maybe we should do that one too, or somebody else can do that one. All right, cool. Thank you for the comments, guys. Please let me know what you think. Just give me your feedback. Let me know, do you use alignment already? Do you call in knowledge around sales, around attracting the right clients? Do you access your own internal guidance? Do you do that randomly, or do you actively do it like as a deliberate regular thing like I do? I'd love to know. Or maybe you just are like, oh my God, why have I forgotten to do that? And you've done it a lot before, but you know, you're getting the reminder now that you've just been making shit really hard for yourself by not doing that. Let me know. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you do around alignment. Let me know what you think around the course idea. I think it's going to be so fucking high vibe and powerful. And meanwhile though, I don't have that to sell to you, but meanwhile, firstly, if you're following me and you haven't got my Badass Millionaire Planner, that's my free gift to you. Go to katloterzo.com/free millionaire planner. I will pop the link in below when I jump up to the cafe up there on my laptop in a moment. So that's my free planner. That's my actual weekly planner, katloterzo.com/free millionaire planner. Very, very cool giveaway that I've created for you straight from what I do every day to build and run my business. And then the other thing is, we literally just started like this morning US time in the Daily Hustle. So you can still jump in. You'll be able to access that first initial work, download and journaling process that I've given. And that's at katloterzo.com/the Daily Hustle. That's 30 days of unapologetic ass kickery from me to you to get you finally pressing the fuck play. And what we're doing in that is creating your daily hustle routine. It's actually based on what I put in the free planner, but in the 30 days, you've got me there kicking your ass every day and giving you additional trainings, guidance, exercises, support. It's total hell yes, no brainer on the price point as well, by the way. And yeah, at the moment you can still jump in, and I literally only posted the first exercise this time 12 hours ago roughly, so morning time US. So that's katloterzo.com/the Daily Hustle. That is going to kick your butt into alignment, a massive fucking action. And then one last thing that I want to let you know about right now is I am calling in a couple more very aligned, kick-ass, badass, high-level one-on-one clients at the moment. So if you think that that might be you and you feel me calling you, then call me or message me at least. And that's going to be for 6 weeks to change your life. So this is working with me one-on-one for 6 weeks, focusing on your top 3 goals in either your business or life. Could be in any area. We want to get one really big specific outcome in the 6 weeks, but have 3 total big goals that we are focused on. When you work with me one-on-one, we can do a call each week together. You'll have unlimited access to me in between for messaging back and forth all day, every day. That's pretty normal how I do it with my clients, but also if you need to jump on the phone extra as well. So it's really just about getting you to that goal. So message me and we can talk about that. So that is what is going on right now. We did start the Daily Hustle. There was an email sent out yesterday with the link to the Facebook group. If for some reason you didn't get it, check your email in your spam maybe, or email support@katloterzo.com for Mandy. I have told Mandy to keep an eye on that this morning in case anybody didn't get the emails. You could also put the Daily Hustle Facebook group into the Facebook search though, Charlene, if you've joined up obviously, and then we can add you in, but you need to make sure that you're getting the emails. So just check your spam and email Mandy if that's what's going on. So that is everything that's going on. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for the love hearts. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for letting me know that you like my hair. I'm still thinking about it. I am, but I guess it's too late now. That's it. Go check it out. katloterzo.com/free millionaire planner and katloterzo.com/the Daily Hustle. Have an amazing rest of the day. Don't forget, life is now. Press play.